Look, Alexander Usyk has fought everyone. Tyson Fury twice, Daniel Dubois twice, Anthony Joshua twice. But this guy, he's something that they're not. And I'm not saying he's better than them, but he just brings a dangerous, violent package to the table. I mean, we're talking potentially the most dangerous challenge for Alexander Usyk yet. If you're planning on going away this year or next year, this is really important for you. Because the last time I went away, a good mate of mine got stung with a massive phone bill, and I don't want that to happen to any of you. And with Saley, it never will. All you've got to do is click the link in the description below, choose the amount of data and time frame that suits your trip, and then you just install the eSIM on your phone, and when you land at your destination, you will activate your plan instantly. And with Saley, you won't get those massive phone bills when you're away. You won't have to log into the hotel Wi-Fi and then you get no connection until you get your next destination. You will be well connected wherever you are. So even if you're not going away for a few months, download it now so it's ready there. You will thank me later. And with my code, you're going to get a really cheap deal. Go to saley.com/paingame and you'll get 15% off your first purchase, which is going to make this super cheap. So enjoy Saley, enjoy the great connectivity, enjoy the good price, and enjoy your holiday. And even if you're not going to wait till next summer, do it now because you're supporting the channel. Cheers. And if you're not familiar with the story of Fabio Wardley, it's crazy. I mean, this kid started boxing at 20. He's only 30 now. He's been boxing 10 years and not even like, wasn't in Team GB or, you know, he wasn't an amateur boxing legend like a lot of these kids who burst onto the scene are. He was working in a fucking office, took a few white collar fights. I'll try this out. Imagine you're the opponent who gets matched up with Fabio Wardley in like this charity match. What the fuck did you do in a previous life to deserve that? He turned pro a few years later and he's knocked out every single fighter he's fought since then. And I feel like that kind of proves the point that fighters are born. They're not made. Like, yes, champions are made. You know, you got to get all the skills and you got to live in the gym to become a champion. But this man's a natural born killer. And what's mad is so many of his fights are like Rocky movies. Like, it's drama. It's the minute you think he's hurt, something just goes inside of him. He's like, not today, motherfucker. This is one of his earlier fights where he takes a big shot against the ropes. He's getting clipped. And obviously, technically, he's still learning how to fight, yeah. But when he gets hurt, something happens inside of this man. And he doesn't back off. He goes in for the kill. Fucking how here, then. Come on, then. Yeah? You want it? Let's have it. And this happens so much with him where he's not mentally broken. He's not deterred. And the minute you think you've got him hurt, he's dropped you. And I think that's what makes him different. You know, we've seen what people have said about when AJ got it stuck on him by Daniel Dubois, which I think was harsh. But people have accused him of not being about it. I think he was very about it in that fight. He took a lot of punishment, still kept coming back. Daniel Dubois, when things get hard for him, people say he quits. He finds a way out. Again, probably a bit harsh, but it's something that's been accused of him. And with Tyson Fury in that last fight, he didn't go for the kill at all for Alexander Usyk. He went in there defensive as possible, just trying to get out with his chin intact. Categorically, Fabio Wardley's not going to do that. This is your kill or be killed fighter. And as it happens, he's very fucking good at killing because the man hits hard. I'm talking one punch and you're all over the shop. Lovely shots. Fucking hell, mate. And this is no bum, by the way. This is David Alley. He just had a fucking great showing in his last fight. He's a proper fighter, this guy. And this is the level of power I'm talking about, man. Just serious. Fucking serious. And he loves a scrap. He fucking loves to tear up, this kid. Look at that, man. Fucking have it. If all it takes is one punch, you know, and if he clips you, he will fucking get you out of there. He's one of the best finishers in the fight game. I'm talking MMA, boxing, anything. He's a killer. And in this fight against Justice Hurney, he really had to show a lot because Justice Hurney is a very good technical boxer. Probably a really good fight for him to have in his catalogue ahead of an Alexander Usyk title shot. And look at him. He's going for the roughhouse tactics. He's a fucking animal. But Hurney does a lot of the fundamentals perfectly. And I think one of the things he showed against Justice Hurney, because he was getting outboxed, was the ability to absorb damage, to take punishment and stay in the fight to a point where when eventually you can get your shot off. Against Alexander Usyk, that is something that you're just going to have to be able to do. And a lot of people can't. Daniel Dubois couldn't. All sorts of heavyweight. And that's all it takes. One shot. When you're Fabio Wardley, you don't have to be perfect for every minute of every round. You have to be perfect for 1 fucking second, man. This guy is for real. Look at that. And this is after he lost every round pretty much. The overhand right, boom, straight into the dome. And that is a skill that you just can't buy. That grit, determination and heart to weather the storm, to stay mentally in there even when you're getting beat every round, and to switch the lights off with one shot late in the fight. And he does this a lot. And when you're looking at an Alexander Usyk, it's the only way really to get Usyk in my view. You're not going to outskill the guy. You got to survive in there and really wait until Usyk himself, you know, as he does later in the fights, he's not picture perfect the entire, every single second. He gets tired. He's a human, as much as he doesn't look like one sometimes. And in that moment, you have to be there to capitalize on it. And there's just no two ways about it. Fabio Wardley is something special, and I've been saying it for fucking a long time. But up until that point, he'd not beaten a world champion level fighter, and that was where Joseph Parker came in, because he is a former world champion. And Fabio Wardley had to fight Joseph Parker for the #1 contender position against Alexander Usyk. And I've got to give credit to Parker, by the way, because he's been fucked around. I mean, he probably should have had 5 title shots in the space of time that he hasn't been given one yet. And yet he still takes on killer after killer after killer. And he's tried and tested at the highest level now. His resume, no one can question it. But he rolled the dice and he put it all on the line against Fabio Wardley. And that turned out to be a bit of a mistake, despite a fucking good performance from Parker. Parker came into this fight like 260 odd pounds. I mean, this was as big as Parker has ever been. And I think part of the reason was obviously he wanted to get that respect of Wardley, who's a power puncher himself, but also to absorb the power. Now, what I noticed about this fight was Joseph Parker ended round 1 really strongly here. Nice big overhand right. And with Wardley being such a banger, he wanted to put a statement in there early on of intent of, I'm going to rough you up, boy. And what a fucking flurry to end the first round. I mean, that was a real mark of intent. And again, in round 2, Parker went in guns blazing. He wanted to bully him. He wanted to rough him up and keep the pressure on. The reason I want to point this out is because of the way Wardley responds. He responds like every fighter should respond, with absolute violence. This is the end of round 2. And he's not. You ended the last round well. You've started this round well. No fucking way is it going to continue like this, mate. I'm not fucking having it. And the aggression he shows, it's not normal. Beautiful shots here on the dome of Joseph Parker. And Parker all of a sudden has gone from the aggressor, and he's getting put in his place a bit here from Fabio Wardley. Serious shots going in. Beautiful left hook. And this is what I love about Fabio Wardley. Lovely uppercut. And he's just relentless. When he gets the bit between his teeth, he goes in for the kill. And I have to give credit to Joseph Parker. He spat his gum shield out here, and he bought himself some time. Unfortunately, I think the referee was very, very kind to him here, and they gave him as much time as possible to recover. He's a dodgy ref, right? But you see the danger. Fabio Wardley can get a world-class fighter like Joseph Parker in only 2 rounds. It's serious. Now, I thought the fight was pretty close. A lot of the rounds were really competitive, but you could say that, you know, in the middle rounds, Parker was edging it, right? More technically skilled, right? The guy's been around for a long time. He knows the game. But in the later rounds, as I've said previously, just when the fight might be slipping away from Fabio Wardley, he can dig so fucking deep. And this is a sport full of brave men, right? Fighters are gutsy people. And he is one of the most gutsy motherfuckers of the whole lot of them. So this is round 9, where Joseph Parker is really pouring it on here. And again, when you think Fabio Wardley is really starting to fade, you're starting to worry here. This is a lot, and this is a high-level fighter in front of him. This is world-level Joseph Parker here, and he's pouring it on in round 9. But the powers of recovery from Fabio Wardley, it's freakish. I know we've all been impressed. To be fair to Tyson Fury, he's got great powers of recovery. This guy might even have better powers of recovery, because he doesn't just get back up and fight on. He gets back up, and he knocks you fucking out. And this is good shots at the end of round 10 from Joseph Parker, and you really think now Fabio Wardley, he's in deep shit, and yet he just takes it, nods, come on then, away then you fucking, and starts giving it back. There's no one better to fucking watch in boxing, in my opinion, pound for pound, in terms of like value for money. This guy gives you every bit of blood, sweat and tears he's got. And look, he's got Joseph Parker wobbled here. Just after you think he's in deep trouble, He's the most unpredictable bloke, man. And he's all over him. And this is 10th round. They're fucking heavyweights. They're knackered. And he's piling it on. What a fucking beast Fabio Wardley is, man. Serious. And in the 11th round was where Fabio Wardley stopped Joseph Parker. There was some controversy. People said it was an early stoppage. There was a lot of unanswered punches. So let's take a look at it and see what you make of it in the comments. Lovely. What a straight right hand. I mean, Joseph Parker is as tough as they come, by the way. We need to give him credit as well, because he took a fucking monster punch there. That would have put fucking most fighters out. And he's still surviving. How many shots there? Unanswered. Fucking hell. Not every one of them's landing, but there's a lot going in. Parker's not throwing back. Another one. He's backed up against the ropes. He's just getting beaten all over the shop here. So many shots. And Fabio's knackered himself. He tries to throw back Parker. There's nothing coming back. He's got nothing. And he's back against the ropes. Uppercut, left hook. Misses with the right hand. It's over. The only time it's appropriate to climb on top of another man like that. Honestly, was it an early stoppage? I mean, Parker was on his feet. He wasn't doing anything back. He was taking a whole bunch of shots unanswered. If we're talking like by the laws of boxing, I guess that's a fair stoppage. And I think maybe the reason people think it might not have been a fair stoppage is because of the level of respect we have for Joseph Parker. The fact that we know how tough he is. The fact that we know what he can do. But when a man is brave and as strong and as tough as Joseph Parker is just like getting battered all over the ropes and he's not doing anything. Yeah, the shots weren't landing 100% cleanly, but I do understand why the ref stopped it. I think it just depends on what side of the fence you sit on. Like, do you want Joseph Parker flatlined? Like, because that really could have happened at any point. Like, one more good punch and that could have happened. Or do you want to see him live to fight another day and not take too severe a damage? I think because Joseph Parker technically could have been up on the scorecards at that point, some people would have said, you know, he's up on the cards. You got to let him stay in there until he's flat out. There's a Usyk title shot on the line. You got to let it go. I think I'm somewhere in the middle, to be honest. Yeah, Parker was up on the scorecards, but Wardley was close to finishing that fight multiple times. Parker was saved by the referee round 2 with the old gum shield thing. He was saved by the bell in round 10, arguably. As good as Joseph Parker boxed, at no point did Wardley look like he was ever going to go out or even close to going out. He didn't even look wobbled. In fact, I've never seen a fighter take shots better. And I think it's a shame when there's controversy like this because it takes credit away from Fabio Wardley, who deserves all the fucking credit in the world for this. You went from being a white-collar boxer working an office job to beating Joseph fucking Parker, heading into fighting a world champion, legendary, one of the greatest of all time in Alexander Usyk. That is mental. And yes, he might not be the most technically gifted boxer ever. Who gives a shit? He's special. Joseph Parker is one of the most well-rounded fighters in boxing. And I understand that people are going to look at the skill set of Usyk, which is just insane, and they're going to go, Fabio Wardley can't fuck with Usyk's skills. This isn't even this is a mismatch. He's only been boxing a few fucking years. Every fight that Fabio Wardley's ever gone into was a mismatch, apparently. There were people before this fight saying, Joseph Parker's a lock, bet the house on it. There's no way Fabio Wardley can win this fight. He's proven everyone wrong every single time. He's been the underdog every single time. This is going to be nothing new, by the way. You know when Anthony Joshua's used to be in the favourite, Tyson Fury used to be in the favourite, Daniel Dubois used to be in the favourite. He's going into a fight against Alexander Usyk. They're not used to being the underdog. It's a new feeling for them. This is just another day at the office for Fabio Wardley. And no one ever matches Usyk's skills anyway. I've never thought the way to beat Alexander Usyk is to be more skillful than him. I've never thought that. And that's why I give Fabio Wardley a prayer in this. I really do. Because the kid's improved technically for a start. He actually is a better boxer, a lot better boxer than what he was. He's definitely getting better in there. Nice head movement, decent footwork, good jab. There's plenty to like about it just because he's not Alexander Usyk levels. He's quick. He's explosive, he's durable. And if I was to sort of try and think of what you're going to need to ever beat an Alexander Usyk, well, you're going to need power. And Fabio Wardley is arguably the hardest hitting heavyweight in the world right now. And what's good about his power is he maintains the power. He is dangerous in round 1. He's dangerous in round 12. That's unusual for a heavyweight. Look at how Tyson Fury faded in those later rounds. Anthony Joshua, not quite as dangerous in the later rounds, in my opinion, as he is early. Fabio Wardley is an unusual fighter for that. And another thing you need to beat Usyk is you're going to have to be really fucking fit, well conditioned. Fabio Wardley is one of the fittest, if not the fittest heavyweight, other than Usyk. And he's battled tested. Like, he's hardened from all these wars. Going into the deep waters for him, it's just, yeah, all right, mate. He's fucking used to it. I think when you've got the 6'6" size and reach advantage that Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury have, you're not really used to the grueling wars. And to be fair, they've both had some, but it's not an every fucking time you fight type of thing. And I think that conditioning, that mental strength that Wardley has from just going into war after war after war and just being used to that fire, it's going to help him a lot in this. And I think toughness is something you're really going to need to beat Alexander Usyk as well. You look at how many punches Alexander Usyk lands on his opponents. That's something that they're just not used to, and it fucks them up. It freaks them out. Fabio Wardley has shown time and time again it don't bother him. If anything, it motivates him because he's got a fucking good chin. I mean, one of the best I've ever seen. And that's another thing you're going to need to beat Alexander Usyk. Another tick in the box. I think Wardley has a better chin than all three of them. And that's because his is amazingly good. It's not a knock on anything about them. It's like what the great trainer Teddy Atlas says about behaving like a fighter. When he's in trouble, he acts like a fighter who wants to be there. Nods his head. Come on then. Let's fucking go. Just getting warmed up, mate. And I think the most important thing to beat Alexander Usyk is having the belief, the balls, whatever you want to call it, to go for fucking broke. If you do get a split second where you land on Alexander Usyk, you gotta fucking unload the entire clip. I've been saying this in every fucking prediction I've ever fucking made about an Alexander Usyk fight. No one's ever done it. We've seen AJ land nice shots here and there. Fury landed a very good uppercut in that first fight. But to be willing to leave yourself energyless because you've given everything you can to get that guy out of there, it takes a lot of bravery, because when you do empty your gas tank, there's nothing left. And then you're gonna get knocked out. You gotta be a daredevil. You got to be a ruthless, I don't give a shit motherfucker for that. And Fabio Wardley is that. I guarantee, I'm saying it now, if Fabio Wardley lands a good punch on Usyk and we see a wobble, he's going for it immediately. There ain't no caution. The caution is gone into the wind. Fabio Wardley is just as dangerous because of what he brings to the table physically as what he brings to it mentally. The frustration with the last fight with Tyson Fury, where on the way to the ring, he packed all that size on, he glued his hand to his chin. He just wanted to survive that fight and not get knocked out. There was no belief he could beat Alexander Usyk. None. He was beaten before the first bell. And anyone who knows fighting deep down, I don't care who you support, who you fucking know that. Fabio Wardley is not as skilled as Tyson Fury, but he's got it up there. And Usyk might beat that out of him. Maybe he will. But with the way I'm watching him fight, I think he's extremely dangerous for Alexander Usyk because it only takes one punch. And Usyk occasionally does get hit. And this kid's power, I think it's bigger than Dubois. It's bigger than Tyson Fury's. Joshua's a funny one because, you know, if Joshua lines a shot right up perfectly, he can do some unbelievable damage. But he wasn't willing to get in amongst it. He was trying to box very perfectly. Whereas Wardley's just going to come and fight and take one to give one. And that is the only way. Kill or be killed is the only way to beat Alexander Usyk. I've been saying it for fucking ages. This guy's a killer. And we've watched a lot of people look at Alexander Usyk like the wizard he is. Like Diaz in the headlights. Whoa, what the fuck do I do here? This guy's amazing. And Fabio Wardley said something after the last fight. He said he's going to have to work for it. I fucking believe it. Because this guy, you're going to have to knock him clean out to stop him. He will keep coming. And I know people are going to write him off because Usyk is far too skilled. The point I'm making is, yeah, he's not world-class skills, but he's got world-level heart, world-level chin, stamina, grit, determination, power, speed. The kid's a fucking beast, and he'd probably be the greatest street fighter in the world if he wanted to. And you don't get ranked as the number 2 heavyweight in the world by the ring if you're not the real fucking deal. And he's proven that to everyone now. Mind Tyson Fury being number 1, that's a piss take, that. Like, fucking hell. He's just sitting there, just, please give me a shot at Usyk or I'm not coming back. But look, I might be wrong. Let me know in the comments below. Am I overrating Fabio Wardley? Is he not as dangerous as I think he is to Alexander Usyk? Clearly, Usyk should be the favourite, and he's got amazing everything. He's fucking the best I've ever seen. But I love what this lad brings to the table. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Subscribe to the Pain Game YouTube channel. I'll see you on the next one.